Hey there, my friends. Jules over here. Welcome to Future Proof. Today, we're going to dive into something life changing: how to develop the mindset to become future proof. Whether it's thriving in the age of AI, pivoting your career, or reinventing yourself entirely, it all starts with your mindset. So, get ready and let's jump in. I want to start this off by sharing my personal story of change from corporate media to self agency. So, back in 2008, after a very successful and dynamic career in corporate media, I was part of a massive layoff at the company I was at. And I knew deep down that I was done with what I was doing because I had everything I ever wanted and I was miserable. And so this layoff sort of pushed me to do what I already felt like doing, but hadn't, uh, I guess, been courageous enough to do because, you get comfortable with the great salary. And I did have what on the outside seemed like a very luxurious, great job. So I was overthinking. I couldn't believe that I was in a place where I was actually not happy with my career, despite the fact that I had everything I had so ambitiously worked for. But long story short, I left after that layoff, and I took some time to figure out what I wanted to do next. And I, I got this email that landed in my inbox about a workshop in Los Angeles. I knew nothing about who the person that was hosting this. I don't even know how this actually ended up coming to my inbox, but it did. And I read through it, and it was what we call today a sales letter for an event, a workshop that was taking place in Los Angeles. And I don't know what it was, but everything in that sales page spoke to me. It addressed everything I was feeling, and it addressed everything I wanted to do, but wasn't sure how to start. And so I took out my credit card, I paid for the workshop, I booked my flight to Los Angeles, and I went to this event, and I spent 3 days in a conference room at a hotel in Los Angeles with approximately 500 business owners, mostly coaches, consultants, small business owners. And the name of the workshop was the Online Success Blueprint Workshop. And it taught me everything I know back then, because things have changed a lot. But it was pretty based on foundational principles of marketing, but for the online world. And if you think back to 2008, that's when everything was starting. Um, Social media was very new. Companies were really transitioning into online marketing from having been running traditional marketing campaigns for decades. And so it was this moment of I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I was trying to merge my past experience with the future. I saw, I was able to see that things were changing and that I wanted to dip my feet into that new world, even though I didn't know exactly what that was going to look like and what it was going to entail. But being at this workshop for 3 days and surrounding myself with people who were already doing it really opened things up for me. It's important to emphasize that a lot of things changed for me back then. It really changed the course of my career, and it really enhanced my experience in ways that are invaluable because the things I learned at that workshop and that I immediately applied. And then, by the way, I should mention that when I came back from that workshop, I launched my business, and within a month I had a couple of clients. Yes, it was all new. There were moments of uncertainty and difficulty, but I when I was able to market myself as a personal brand online and actually charge people and companies for my services, it completely shifted my perspective about what was possible. long story short, had I maintained outdated mindsets and had I resisted the change that I was in, I would have really blocked myself from learning things that have not just served me since then in a big, big way, but have prepared me to have invaluable skills for the future. It's really important to develop the mindset shifts that you need to succeed in the future so that no matter what changes come up, you are able to land on your 2 feet and really just go for it. So, the number one thing you want to do is you want to develop the power to, be clear. You want to define your vision. You may not know what you're building or where you're headed, but you kind of have an idea of where you want to go. And so that will give you an idea of the skills that you need to get there. And here's something that a lot of people overlook: aligning your vision with your values. Because when your goals resonate with who you are, you're more likely to stick with them. So take a moment to ask yourself, what's truly important to me? Family, creativity, freedom. How can I align my career, my life, and my personal growth with these values? And when you become clear about that, things start to happen that will start aligning you with the path that you're supposed to take. And you'll feel more motivated to work through the challenges. And that's exactly what had happened to me. And I didn't even know, but I can look back now and know that those were the steps that I was taking. Your mindset shapes your reality. Your beliefs will dictate your outcomes. If you believe that you are capable, if you're resourceful and worthy, you'll take aligned action. So start each day affirming that you are the architect of your future. You want to shift from uncertainty and victimhood to ownership. And instead of thinking that you can't keep up with all the changes and everything that's happening in the world, you want to start saying, I'm excited to learn something new, and actually start taking the steps that push you and move you more towards that direction. You don't have to know everything, you just have to start and be curious. In 2025, right now, action beats perfection, because now this is not 2008. Change is happening exponentially. AI, tech, and resources are here to guide you. Leverage the tools to fill the gaps, but don't wait until you feel ready, because ready never comes. Momentum creates clarity. It's not the other way around. So start moving in that direction and taking small steps. Align with those who have a clue. We're at a point where technology is changing so quickly, most people have no idea what is about to happen. But there are some, be it small clusters and spaces, that have an understanding, at the very least, just a few steps ahead of you, which is actually all you need. You need to find those people. No one thrives alone. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and support you, and who are a chapter or two ahead of you. Find environments that support the path that you want to take, or that understand what you're feeling right now if you are seeking change. So join communities related to the fields of interest that you have. Connect with mentors who can guide you. Share your journey online, share it. There's a lot of community out there. And platforms like Threads, LinkedIn, or Instagram are great for finding like-minded individuals. Remember that the right connections open doors to opportunities that you didn't even know existed. Furthermore, you want to develop resilience and grit. They're the new currency in the age of disruption. The world is unpredictable. The setbacks are inevitable. Your ability to adapt and push forward is your competitive advantage. See the challenges as not barriers, but as training for your next level, your next chapter. The more you challenge yourself, the more adaptable and confident you become. And that adaptability is your superpower in the future of work and where we're headed in the world. The truth is that life and careers are full of ups and downs, and the future will be no different. Being future-proof What I'm driving here isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about bouncing back stronger every time, no matter what happens to you. For me, it was losing my job. But for us, for many people now, it's about the age of disruption. So practice mindfulness. Take 10 minutes a day to meditate or reflect. It will help you stay calm and clear during times of change. And reframe failure or challenges. See failures as feedback. See all these challenges and all these changes as feedback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What do I need to learn? Take care of your body. Have a strong mind and body. Exercise, sleep, eat. Resilience will make you unshakable. And that's essential for thriving in uncertain times and times of exponential change, which is where we're at right now. I also want you to think of AI as your ally, not your replacement. In the age of AI, focus on what makes you irreplaceable: your creativity, your emotional intelligence, your ability to connect. Learn how to use AI to amplify your efforts and become more productive instead of fearing it. And then you want to develop long-term thinking as your main focus. Small, consistent wins build massive momentum. So gone are the days of fast overnight transformations and success. I wish I would have known that back then. I was so eager to do everything quickly that I missed a lot of transformative things that I'm only getting now. Small, consistent actions compound into life-changing results faster than you think. Commit to an attitude of lifelong learning. The world's changing really fast, and if you stop learning, you risk falling behind. But don't worry, because lifelong learning doesn't mean sitting in a classroom forever. Here's how you do it in bite-sized ways. Dedicate 15 minutes a day to learning. Watch a tutorial, read an article, try a new app. Did you download ChatGPT yet? You should. Focus on skills that are in demand, like emotional intelligence, communication, and using AI tools. Stay curious, ask questions, network, and never assume that you know all of it or that you've got it all down now and you can stop. Commit to learning and you'll always stay ahead of the curve and what's going on. Your identity must match your goals. So I want you to think about, how are you showing up? Change isn't just about doing things differently, it's about becoming someone new. So ask yourself, what would the future version of me believe, do, and prioritize? Step into that identity now. Challenge yourself daily. Try that AI tool that you've been avoiding, or enroll in that course that's outside of your comfort zone. Do it now and watch how quickly things begin to move in your favor. You also want to manage your energy and also your time. It's not just about having enough hours, but using your peak energy periods wisely. Prioritize self-care, sleep, and habits that fuel your productivity. Work smart, not just hard. With tech, we can be sucked into dopamine rushes. So develop the habits where you use tech to your advantage, but you never allow it to control your life and your time. And the reason I share that is because technology could really suck our time up. I mean, just try to do a social media detox for a couple of days and watch how much time opens up in your schedule. We don't realize, we get so sucked into social media and using apps and being on our phones all the time that we don't realize how much time it actually takes up. So make an assessment of how much time you're spending on things that are actually productive and adding value to your life, or if you're just doom scrolling on your phone. Lastly, I want you to develop a strategy of faith. You won't see the whole path right away. You need to trust a little bit. Just a little bit. Trust the process, trust yourself, and trust that the right opportunities will align as you take consistent steps. Faith will fuel your persistence, when your logic doesn't see it. So, those are my steps to develop a future proof mindset. I hope they help you in your personal journey to becoming future proof. It's not something that you should fear, it's something that you are preparing for. And with the right mindset, you can become unstoppable. If this resonated with you, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which steps you are going to start with today. Until next time, keep growing and thriving. The future is yours to create. Now, this is part of a long series. In our next video, I will be sharing the specific skills and strategies needed to thrive in the future, which is, by the way, already here. See you in my next video. Thanks for being here.